President Trump roiled the political waters, as is his wont, in a big way over the weekend by tweeting out without any substantiation the charge that President Obama had his phones, Donald Trump's phones, wiretapped at Trump Tower in the weeks before the election. This has made a lot of people nervous, but nobody more than congressional Republicans. I explore that in my Capitol Journal column today in the Journal, and here's why that's the case. Congressional Republicans, and Republicans do control all of Congress, already were essentially in charge of investigating the assertions that Russian government sources and Russian affiliates had interfered in the 2016 presidential campaign by hacking into Democratic websites and perhaps doing other things to enable Donald Trump to beat Hillary Clinton. Now the White House has essentially told them, you should also investigate whether President Obama misused his investigative powers. This is an uncomfortable position for the Congress to be in. The House and Senate Intelligence Committees are looking into these questions, but they're not the best venue necessarily for doing this. But more importantly, this is a huge distraction for Republican leaders who want to pursue their own agenda on more routine matters and are probably getting tired of being asked about this subject of Russian hacking to begin with. So they may not be wild about continuing down this investigative path. What's their alternative? Their alternative is to call for a special counsel to be appointed by the Justice Department to start looking into this. Democrats have already called for that, but they also might want to be careful here because if this question of Russian interference in the election goes to a special counsel, it's going to move into the land of subpoenas and grand juries and become a much more secretive process than if Congress is doing the inquiry. So both parties have a reason not to want this to become a special counsel matter, but I think the events of the weekend and what Donald Trump did over the weekend make that more likely than before.